Oh, I am on there. Interesting. Wish I could zoom it in a little bit. Whoa. I don't hear anything when you speak. Hey, I just saw your thing. Still? Oh, I just wasn't speaking. That might be the reason. Let me know if you want a party invite or whatever's. Alright, sounds good. Yeah, I'm sure that delay makes it weird. Like you type in there and then it's like, well, let me wait for him to respond. Let's see. Party. Okay, I click on join party. I'm gonna invite to a party. As Maximus started broadcasting, your audio is included. That's what it said on mine. I don't know what it's going to say on yours. It says you just joined the party. What the?
Okay, so I have it set to include my audio in podcast.
Okay.
So I have it set to include my audio in podcast. Hey, I can hear myself.
Yeah, very cool. I am getting multiple. I'm getting the stream audio coming back through.
Yeah, let me.
There you go.
Let me work on that. So
Cool.
that's step one. Getting that to work.
Of like 500 steps.
Step 2 is getting it. So
if you get your Xbox set up with with Minecraft, we could be in here building two things at once.
I want it on the screen.
I went and found, I had to drive all the way to my storage unit today and dig through it and find my webcam and my PC just to do this.
You're still playing on Xbox, aren't you?
Yeah, no, I'm on Xbox. My PC, it's still updating. I finished all the Windows updates, now I'm updating all my Creative Cloud. I may switch back and forth from here. Because I have hooked up to my TV and I'm playing on my TV, so just to kind of keep that update rolling.
Yeah, that's one of the problems whenever you pick up an old PC that you haven't used for a while, and then you plug it in, it's just like, you want to use this now?
But no, I knew it was gonna be a pain in the butt. But at least the specs on it are good. It's an i7, 4 gigahertz processor. 32 megs of RAM, so it's still a very decent PC.
Well, yeah. Especially because it's the RAM that counts, right?
Yeah. Well, that and like even my work computer, they just bought me a new one, and I think the processor speed is only like 2.5 or something. And it was like we spent a ton of money on this thing, but the one on my PC here is 4.0. I was like, damn, I didn't expect that.
Yeah, it's a little it's a little trickier because what happens is there was a flip in the technology, right?
Oh, was there?
And I can and I can be completely wrong, obviously, but just based on what I'm seeing in clock speeds and things like that. So it seems like what happened was previously the limit was how many transistors you can get onto a chip, right? How many transistors you can get onto a die. So the only way for you to get the computer processors go faster was to go, okay, let's make these basically go as fast as possible, increase the gigahertz and stuff.
And then there was like multiple cores and stuff too. I know that's been a big change.
Right.
I don't know if mine's a multiple core or not.
So now, because they kind of broke through the wall of the transistors, and they're able to, narrow and lower the amount of I think before we were at like 12 or 9 nanometers. Now you're like talking about like 4 nanometers down to that size. So now, because they've broken that wall, now they don't need the processors to go as fast as far as the processing speed, because they've increasing the amount of transistors that's actually on the chip.
Interesting.
From what I understand, somebody out there watching this is like, "You're wrong. You're stupid."
Well, so far we don't have to worry about that, because there ain't nobody watching. So, so there's two people that are always, not to change the subject, but there's always two people in the chat that one of them's there, Lurks is there, and he's never like, it's just always there. Like him and there's another one, they just always pop up, and I've gone to their streams and they're like either streaming or like they have like automated streams where it's like Lurks' channel is just, it plays music 24/7.
Oh, okay.
And it shows Twitch stats, like who's the top person at the moment, what's the top game, like how many people are online, stuff like that. And then this other guy was like a skateboarding video and is literally just a 24/7 video in his bedroom. And he wasn't even there. Like it was just a picture of a bed, and it's like you could tell it was live video, but like okay, so I don't fully understand how there's like in my chat as a user and not, I don't think they're really here.
Yeah, I think it's a bot.
I don't know how that works.
They're
Yo, and it's funny, one of the guys, his logo literally says "not a bot," and I was like, well, that's what a bot would say.
Yeah. Not a con artist. That's what con artists say.
Yeah. I don't know. So there's always a couple people in the chat.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for you, right? Because one of the things that you need to get
Yeah.
to is consecutive viewers. So, hey, if they count towards one of those, it never
Yeah.
hurts. But let's talk about the title of your stream. In-N-Out Burger is better than Whataburger. Change my mind. Vegan rules hardcore. Oh, vegan rules applies to the
The game.
Minecraft game. The game. Okay.
Yeah. And I thought about taking that off, but I was just like, well, hey, we'll see what happens.
But if you go to an In-N-Out Burger and you order animal style, which is cooked in mustard, isn't that the same thing as a Whataburger?
The patty's different. There's something about the
Oh.
Whataburger patty that's just not good. Like I literally had one the other day, and I was just like, okay, well, let me rephrase that. It's a good burger. It's just not as good as In-N-Out. There's a distinct taste difference between their meat and In-N-Out's meat. There just is. And so I'm assuming it's just like whatever you were raised on, like that's what you're gonna like.
Yeah, I can see that because I mean, when we went down to Texas, we made sure.
San Antonio.
Well, we drove all the way down to Brownsville, but we would make sure that on our way down we stopped and had Whataburger because you can't come to Texas twice and not have Whataburger once. So we did that. Yeah, for me, Whataburger seems like a Burger King or a Carl's Jr. kind of chain. But yeah, I think In-N-Out is definitely. I mean, I just had In-N-Out on Saturday. On Friday, that was good. In-N-Out is always good.
Yeah, and it's like the one thing Whataburger does win on is the variety of their menu. Like you can get chicken sandwiches, you can get, I had a hatch chili bacon burger or something like that, and it was good. I mean, you can't get anything like that at In-N-Out, that's for sure.
That's true.
Like if you just put like one cheeseburger versus another cheeseburger, it's like, nah.
Well, what do you usually order when you go to In-N-Out?
I get a single animal style.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't do the double doubles anymore. I used to, but I'm down to singles.
Okay. I won't tell you what I ordered then.
You get the 4x4?
No. I ordered the 3x3 animal style.
Yeah. I can't do it anymore. It's just too much meat.
Well, then again, it's not. I mean, even though there is an In-N-Out Burger literally 5 minutes from the house, we eat there maybe once every couple months or so. So I'll indulge in it when we go.
Yeah, but I just found like as I get older, like my appetite's just less. Like just two meat patties in there is just like it's just too much food. Like I'm not gonna finish it. Like if I get a double, like I would literally eat like half to 3/4 of the burger and be done. So I just been getting singles, and occasionally my wife, she'll go out and she'll get me a double, and I will just I'll pull one of the patties off and give it to the dog because I'm just like yeah, it tastes fine, it tastes the same, but it's just too much food for me now.
Yeah, I get it.
Ooh, what am I doing here?
So I'm trying to get two different bots to work. One I'm actually getting a little help on from somebody who already has it running on their server. So one is well, if you were a partner already, we would be able to do this natively through Twitch and YouTube, but that's neither here nor there. So get on it, get cracking like it, partner tomorrow.
We're working on it. I broke my cactus.
But it's a promo bot, so every single time you go live, it puts it into the notification channel on the Discord that you've gone live.
Oh, that's cool.
And then
it's funny you say that because I was digging through Facebook today trying to see if they had anything like that. And I know like they want to keep everything on their, on their platform. But but I was like that'd be super useful to like, Because I've seen other streamers with, like that have a big following on YouTube before they were streaming, and so they'd literally put out a video that said, it was just a video with a static screen, and they may or may not had music underneath it, but it was like an hour-long video. Whenever they'd stream, they just put that static image up that says like, "Hey, now streaming." Like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, and then also the promo bot will link into YouTube as well. So whenever we make a cut or something like that, and you post it, I'll also put into the notification.
Nice.
I think it's, and then there's a bot. It's called Tatsu, and basically what it does is it allows you to do subscribers on the channel. Would they get a special permission group on on the Discord server? So we can highlight them and things like that. But then also, if as they are, you can set up activity level, right? So as they respond to posts and as they get engaged and things like that, then they actually get points and they go up in level. And depending on how we want to do it, we can make it so that once they reach a certain level, then like we talked about before, where we have certain channels where they can stream into and things like that. So if they're not ready to do full-blown streaming, they can at least stream it onto the Discord server, which as of right now, native permissions, that's not allowed, because one of our rules is you can't self-promote without explicit
permission. Yeah.
Permission, yeah.
Makes sense to me.
So I'm so tired. I went to go help my buddy move his stuff into storage, and today it was like he has this giant server cabinet, right? And so we didn't move the server cabinet, but he pulled all of the hardware out of it, and there was like 3 50-pound battery packs in there. Jeez. And I was just like lugging these things around, just like, oh.
Yeah, that does not sound fun. Yeah, and I hate moving, just rule of thumb anyway.
Yeah. So. That's why people say moving is one of the most stressful things that you can do in life.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was talking to somebody about this not too long ago. Like, I'll hire movers now. Like, I'm to the point in my life where it's just like, I'm not lugging heavy shit around anymore.
Well, I was telling him, because he was thinking about renting the cabinet is huge, right? So he was thinking about renting like a truck, moving truck with a lift and stuff like that. I'm like, well, if you're gonna spend money on it, you might as well just maybe hire a mover to do it. I know it's very little, but you'll save your back, and we're not getting any younger, because.
Yeah, I'm all about that at this point. Like, so when Shannon and I moved here, we had movers waiting for us, because we had the U-Haul that was full. We had movers back in California that helped load up the U-Haul. Then we had movers waiting for us when we pulled up, and then they unloaded. So I mean, we still helped, but
right.
Wait, I got a Xbox message. Did that pop up on the screen?
No. Okay. I don't think so.
It was the pineapple. The pineapple was saying he's not going to be on today, which is fine.
It's funny because.
Go ahead.
It's funny because I don't know. It's something that we have to check on, because I have the Twitch app on my phone, and also on my iPad, and I don't know. It seems like every single time you log on and do anything, I get a net message that says, "I know Pull in the Boob just went live."
Well, that happened today. I actually went live for like 6 minutes just to test something out.
Oh, so okay.
It was legit, and I was like, and then I ended up, because I was testing. I think I have it set up now to where when I stream, like this stream should go up on recent streams on Twitch, for at least a couple days. So that's what I was testing out.
Oh yeah, I
And
saw
then I
that.
was
Yeah, I saw
yeah,
that
and
when
I
it came to the
and
page.
it was like a little 6 minute thing, and I watched. I'm like, okay, this is stupid because I'm literally not talking. I'm just testing it out. So I erased it. But yeah, that notification actually was legit. And I mean I did play for like an hour earlier. But I think before that.
Mm.
So I'm just trying to put in hours, and while I'm doing it, just kind of learn and
Yeah.
try and engage with people. But no one's hopping on.
So
These bots.
does Pineapple have a Discord account already, or
No,
Instagram or
he
anything
doesn't
like
have it.
that?
He doesn't even have a Twitch account.
Okay.
So like when you said that, I'm like, yeah, it's a good idea. It makes sense. Um, and then I was gonna wait to talk to you about it, but I'm like, I'm fairly certain he'll never use it. So if
Well,
we made one that was like the boom and then one for pineapple, like I just I just don't see him using it.
mm,
Um, but I think it totally makes sense. Like you know,
yeah, because and there's technically two of you, so it's better to
yeah,
keep it. Um,
yeah. And then
because
and the thing that I'm kind of like debating on and trying to figure out, and I don't know if there's even a good answer, is there may be we may get to a point where he's just not interested in streaming. Like today, like I know he's got stuff. He told me he's trying to take his driver's test and study for that. But there may come to a point where he's just like, yeah, I'm starting a new job or something. I'm just not interested. And it's like, well, shit. Now I have this brand that is essentially two people. How do I fix that? Um, so that's something I'm in the back of my mind. I don't know what the answer is, but
well, I mean that's easy, yeah, easy enough.
yeah.
It's I don't think you need to rebrand or anything like that.
Hmm.
We can just find someone
Yeah,
who,
and
who
I was
is.
even yeah, and I was even thinking like pineapple would just be whoever I'm playing with. Like like that was one of my ideas. It's just like whoever's playing your pineapple. Like
What do you mean? He doesn't.
even
I don't even think it really needs to be that. I mean, people understand things change. It's just like
yeah,
what we were. This is what we
yeah.
were. We were Pineapple Lagoon, and things have changed, and now you, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't want to change your brand too much, but at least in the
Mhm.
beginning, if it came down to be like within the next 3 months, if he goes, I'm just not really interested. The brand hasn't grown to a point. The one thing I
Mhm.
don't really understand a lot is like people who start and they're starting to get affiliate status, and all of a sudden they decide, oh, I'm gonna change my
They're
name.
done. Oh,
Yeah, they're like, oh, I'm gonna
yeah.
change my name. I want to be called this now. And we're like, well, you do realize you lost all your branding with Twitch. It's
Can
just
you do that? Like, I mean, you lose the branding, but you don't lose the subs or anything, do you? Like, do you have to create a new channel or?
no. It changes over. But like a lot of you
Yeah.
do lose a bunch of stuff. Um, like I forget. It's one of those things. There's a disclaimer and a warning about it right
Mhm.
next to your profile name if you
Mm.
decide you want to change it. Uh,
I mean, I do think it's bad practice because people are just used to seeing a certain thing, and unless you talk about the change, for like a year beforehand, yeah, people would be like, what the fuck just happened?
yeah, it's like Nike is now all of a sudden Reebok is just like it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, I used to stream. I
Hmm.
don't stream as much as anymore because
I kind of remember that I'm on camera too. Like I was just like scratching my nose right now, and I look down, and I'm like, oh yeah, people can see me scratch my nose.
well, as long as you're not picking your nose, I guess you're fine.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I mean,
what did
I
you
used to
stream?
I used to stream the Old Republic,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I would title all my streams how not to play something. It's like, oh, you want to play Sith Inquisitor? This is not the way you play a Sith Inquisitor. Even though I mean I was decent at the game, like even on doing like for PvP and stuff like that. I would probably I don't think I was never below the top five, but I wasn't always top two. So I mean I was up there, but I haven't played that in such a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, that
And
one
then,
guy I sent you, that video and that channel where he like
hmm
teaches streaming and stuff, like he's got a lot of what, I was envisioning he already, is doing.
yeah,
So he might be
I,
a good one to kind of model a little bit.
I I was only able to look through a handful of on the content on his video and things like that,
Mhm.
and I mean, I think if it was a much more helpful channel, something like that,
Mhm.
when I search for like how to be a streamer and things like that, you would imagine that they
Yeah.
will pop up better.
Yeah.
I mean, that could just be search optimization not working correctly and things like that.
Mhm.
But then it's like, well, if you're saying you can help people market and things like that, and your own
Yeah.
your own
Well, he
search.
talks about that a little bit, but like what I'll say is I've watched 2 or 3 of his videos at this point, and they're chock full of information. But but it's like you kind of have to search for it,
Right.
like you have to watch the 40-minute video in order to get it, and he may not even have, when I watched the video, like I didn't even know I was going to get that information, and that's
Right.
kind of what I'm hoping we can change is, here's all the information, like granular, instead
Right.
of these big swaths of dumps of information, which he kind of does, and he kind of goes granular on some videos too. And out of the 3 videos I saw, he even repeated himself on a fair number of this stuff, which I think is fine.
hmm
But yeah, it was just, I did notice that.
Yeah. And then I saw a lot. I saw some of the videos which was just like how to be better at Fortnite and things like that. And I was like, I
Hmm.
don't know. I wanted to talk to you. It's just like, that. I think that kind of stuff is more subjective. I don't know if it's
Yeah,
necessarily something that we want to do. Because I mean,
yeah.
if it is, I'm not very good at Fortnite, so I won't be able to provide that kind of content.
Yeah, I mean, he did talk about like, one thing, like I watched one of his videos last night, and it gave me all kinds of ideas. It was a really good idea. Was they have like, once a week have a community night. So like once we actually get, people interacting more, then it's like, hey, we get, we'll get a Jackbox game, and have community night where we just, the whole night's dedicated to interacting with the community.
Oh yeah.
Get everybody on Discord or whatever it looks like. I don't know, but um, I was like, that's a great idea, and I didn't initially think of that. Like, and I've been thinking, I want to integrate the community because this is really about the community more than it is about the channel.
Mm.
The channel is just kind of going to become a proof of concept, I think, more or less. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so yeah, so when I heard that, I was just like, that's a great freaking idea. Like, let's do that. And it's
I
just
think
something I didn't think of natively or just automatically. So
yeah, and there's a lot of great games out there, right? You can do I mean, you can do hot games, also the
hmm.
flavor of the month games like Among
Oh
Us
yeah,
and things like that, and then like,
yeah, and
uh-huh.
one thing I'd like to do is, like the games that even aren't community, but like when a brand new game comes out, that maybe it has a story. It's like, okay, hey, we're gonna have, we're gonna play a full walkthrough of a game. Um, like I think that would be interesting. It's something I'd like to do.
Yeah, and I seen also like some streamers what they do is when they're doing playing those like story driven games where there's like Dragon Age, right? You have those
Hmm.
decisions that impacts the what happens in the game, and what they'll do is it slows the gameplay down a little bit, but they'll run up
Hmm.
a community or chat
Hmm.
choice. So
Yeah.
you're basically playing the game, but the chat is
Yeah.
basic by voting is able to determine how you proceed.
Yep. And that was something else this guy brought up. Not that specifically, but it reminded me of, he was saying like play games where you have like you have to name your character or a number of characters that have a name,
Hmm
stuff like that, and it's like ask the chat what they want to name it, or if there's a game, I guess in Animal Crossing he was using as an example, like there's animals in Animal Crossing. Wait, no, was it Animal Crossing? Maybe it was another one where he's saying there's like a cow in someone's farm or in his farm, but he would name that cow after whoever the next subscriber was or something like that. And so that way the next time he played it, that subscriber would be like, oh, hey, how's my cow doing? That kind of thing where there's like it just brought the viewer, the subscriber like into the game, a little bit. Like it just had their name in it. But I was like, oh, that's a really neat idea.
Yeah, there's a guy I watch. He streams on YouTube. He plays Oxygen Not Included, and one of the things in that game is um, you have what's they're called duplicates in the game, right? And you're basically trying to get them make it so they can survive being stranded on this asteroid. And he just like all the subscribers, he names all the duplicates after them. So there's community engagement. So yeah, I mean,
yeah. See, that's cool.
Definitely.
And I know, like, I've played games in the past where you can name stuff like super granular like that, and it's like, I got freaking time for that. Like, get out of here. I'm not gonna name all these little freaking people. Like,
right.
Well, like one for instance is City Skylines. Like I enjoy playing City Skylines because it's kind of like Minecraft where you don't have to really think. I mean, there's problem solving, but there's nothing like, I don't know. It's kind of one of those like de-stressor things. Like me playing this right now, like I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. I'm just kind of just goofing around. So in that game, I mean, you can have a city with 1 million people in it, and you can actually go and name every person. You can name the cars. Like, no one's ever going to do that, but it's like, and I think once you name them, I don't even know how you'd find them again, out of 1 million people. But it's just like, yeah, like that's a setting I wouldn't even think about. But then it's like, hey, you know what? I've got, a number of followers, and I'll tell them, hey, just, for nothing. Like, they wouldn't have to give money or anything, but it's like, hey, just for, put your name suggestion in the chat, and I'll do it, when I'm streaming next. And then it's just like, hey, so now there's a dude in my world somewhere named, Fart Nugget, because that's what you wanted to name him. Like, might be cool. And hey, maybe one day, 3 years from now we're playing, and hey, there's Fart Nugget going to work. Like, like that'd be interesting. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's tons of different things that you can do out there to gain community involvement. I think one of the biggest mistakes a lot of streamers they fall into is they try to paywall all of that stuff.
Yeah,
and it's just like, no, you want the engagement. It's not like,
yeah. There's short term and long term, and that seems to. Oh shit! I didn't want an explosion there. It seems to just put a paywall. That's a short-term answer.
Yeah, you might.
It's like,
you might make $5 right now, but
Yeah. Where's my dirt? I gotta repair all this nonsense.
I think one thing that we probably want to look into sooner rather than later, not saying that we're going to get anything from it, is reaching out to developers and stuff like that as well, because being able to do like game giveaways, especially, I mean, I don't foresee being able to get to a point where Ubisoft is going to be like, here's some Valhalla keys, but
I know channels that do, though.
Yeah,
I mean, that is a thing.
Yeah, so once even if it's something small, right? You do giveaways and stuff, and then especially if it's games that maybe they're a little more indie, but then you stream it so people can see it and they see you play it, and they're like, oh yeah, that seems fun, and then it's like, well, I have keys, I'm doing a follower giveaway,
Yeah. Yep, I'm down for that.
There's, tons of stuff, opportunity out there. And then I was thinking, one of the things that we might be able to do is I've seen it. It's a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know how popular it is because I personally don't really look for that kind of content because I'm in, you know, because I'm in the game development industry. So
Mm-hmm.
I have formulated my own opinions and stuff like that. I'll search out someone's opinion if I'm trying to see what other people think about certain things. But we can do like critiques on stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
as what and feedback on like, oh, the new expansion for whatever game is out.
Mm-hmm.
Like just earlier today,
Yeah.
I had a long conversation with one of my friends about the Open Exile, the Isle Sipta expansion. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
there's good stuff and there's stuff where I kind of scratch my head. It's like I don't understand why he did it that way, but okay.
Oh, I got this. I got this. Oh, I don't got this. They got me.
And then one of my designer, so we can do like we can bring my guys, the programmers, artists, and things like that. Maybe we can do like an info session, stuff like that, for down the
Mm-hmm.
line, where somebody can jump on and be like, what's it like to be a programmer in the game industry, or what does it need to
Yeah.
be to get into it, things like that, or a designer highlight the different jobs. And
Mm-hmm.
there is actually a game development podcast out there called Game Dev Unchained, and
Mm-hmm.
the guys who run that podcast actually used to work with my designers, so I
Mm-hmm.
I can reach out and see if maybe it's something they want to come out and we can talk about something.
Mm-hmm.
So there's I mean there's tons of stuff we can do.
Yeah. Dang it. Struggling. Oh, and then kind of going off something you said earlier about like having content or having topics for the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, something this guy brought up, and it was kind of just a good rule of thumb. Like I've already known this, but it was neat to just have a number to it. He's like, when you're streaming, have 3 to 4 topics for every hour of your stream.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a good rule of thumb. Like,
Yeah.
because
I mean,
that's 15 minutes per topic. Like that can go by pretty quick. So,
yeah. Because like I
but he's
said,
saying just do that for his stream, and not only for for like a podcast, but just for a stream in general. Just that kind of he was saying like just don't go into each stream like I'm just gonna fart around. Like have a
right.
goal, have certain things kind of planned out. Um,
I mean,
so
up front is probably going to be a little bit more in the beginning. That's going to be more relevant too, right? Because you don't necessarily have enough people in your chat that you can engage with and things like that. Um, Hopefully, as you build the community, then your chat is the one who's kind of driving the interaction a little
yeah,
bit more.
yeah, yeah, yep, yep. You got to get Minecraft so we can be in here, going on adventures.
I have Minecraft on PC. I think I'm pretty sure I have it on
Yeah,
PC.
I don't know if it does cross-platform though. And then something I was thinking of is I just got accepted or got invited to the Xbox preview. I don't even know what the hell they call it. Um, so like I can get like beta versions of stuff now. So I'm running Minecraft beta, which like you won't even have. Like there's no way for you to even download it. It's
Right.
like I don't know if I maybe it will let you in. I don't know.
Actually,
I might have shot myself in the foot with that.
a funny thing is that for like 3 to 4 years in a row, because I belong to the Windows Insider and because I'm in the
Hmm.
industry, for for 3 years, I went to E3 on Microsoft's dime. They actually paid for my pass. It was
Oh,
kind of
that's
cool.
cool. Huh. Yeah, I think this is like Xbox Insider. I don't know if it's the same as Windows or not. But if
Yes,
you already have it, then you can download beta.
so I would go and do their go and watch their big Xbox announcement E3 event, and then part of one of the things they give you is they say, well, we have passes, and they're like, okay, if you want one, if you coming to our show, here's a pass. And it's funny because when you go and you get the pass for E3 on there, it actually says Microsoft. So
Mm.
people are like, "Oh, you work for Microsoft?" I'm like,
Oh yeah.
"No."
I remember I think the one time I went to CES, or maybe we went a couple times. But
Yeah,
one of the times I was wandering around, and I went by the SanDisk, exhibit hall, and they had like SanDisk lanyards. I'm like, oh, I want one of those. And so I put that on with my badge, and then every other freaking exhibit I went to, they're like, oh, do you work at SanDisk? I'm like, no. Like, what?
no, this is
Like
just a lanyard.
literally like 3 or 4 of them asked me that. I'm like, wait, yes, I'm an engineer over at SanDisk. Yes. I think I
Yes.
even told somebody that. Yeah. Sure. Fuck, what do I care? I printed out my business card on the way here.
I went to I'm trying to blank now. The Game Development Conference, GDC. That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I went.
Yep.
I went. Was it 2016? That's the last time I went. But yeah, it was so funny because that entire conference was about VR. Everybody was up on VR,
Mm.
and it's
The
funny
hell is
because
this?
they still haven't solved one of the problems with VR. I mean, one of the fundamentals the problems with VR is like, unless you have one of those walking pads where you can stand on there and you kind of walk in place, but you can move. And I still think some of the ways that they solve moving in VR games is still a little
Yeah.
weird. It's weird, a little bit weird. I mean, you kind of point, click, and then you just get teleported. I'm just like, it kind of breaks immersion.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know there were emotes in Minecraft until right now. Fuck.
Fake death.
Like I didn't know that was a thing. So I don't even know how I brought this up. Oh, wait. If I do it, then what do I see? I gotta remember how to change my camera, which I don't remember how to do. Oh, there we go. Now how do I bring up that emote? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh! There you go. I had no idea. Huh. How do I switch my camera back? There we go. Interesting. Ugh. I'm trying to secure this place so I can get... All my villagers were killed. But I think that as long as they have beds and a safe place, that I might get some that respawn. Diamond stuff. My torches.
All right, I'm gonna jump off. Actually, because I gotta go and have dinner. But yeah, so I'm waiting on the friend to give me the links for those two bots, and then little like rundown on how to implement it and how to set it up and things like that. So I'm hoping to get that up within the next day or so, and then we can test it. I mean, as of right now, there's only us two on there. All the permissions and everything's already set up. I've populated the rules section and the welcome section.
Am I able to create little rooms and stuff, or?
Yeah, you have full access to make rooms and things like that.
Okay.
If you click on a section and you the plus sign next to them and create a channel, you don't have to worry about permissions because it will natively pull the permissions from the category. So I've set it up like that.
Okay.
So unless we need to set up some specific or special rules for a channel,
Oh.
the way the permissions work globally will just apply. So that'll get us
Okay.
90% of the way.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right
Do you
then.
know? Well,
Mm-hmm.
before I let you go, do you know like what would be the next kind of steps, kind of push this along? Now that we kind of got Discord handled, I know the next thing I'm gonna work on is getting all this streaming software on my desktop and
Mm-hmm.
try and figure out OBS and all that. Do you have any idea like what else should kind of be on the radar?
I think once we get you set up and things like that, um, I if you think there's a possibility where Pineapple may not want to be that involved, that might be something that we need to find out sooner
Mm-hmm.
than rather than
Mm-hmm.
later. But other than that, it would just be generating content and just start putting content
Yeah.
out, just so that it's probably
Yeah.
going to take. Hmm?
Go keep going.
No, it's probably. I mean, I'm foreseeing with most of these things when you're trying to create something from close to nothing, unless we start throwing money in and doing like Facebook
Mm-hmm.
likes, page likes, and stuff like that. It's probably
Yeah.
going to take us a few months to start building up that first level of viewership, so we can get to affiliate status. That should be our
Yeah.
immediate goal, is to get affiliate, because then we can
Yeah.
start monetize and stuff like that too.
Yeah. Yeah. And just a thought that I had before I interrupted you was like if he does want to kind of bail on it, I was just something that popped in my head is like we can change the name to Pineapple Boom or something. Because I don't know, like maybe it's just me because I created all this artwork recently. I'm like I really like that look of the grenade pineapple and I like the color scheme. Like I don't know. I think it looks sharp. Um,
Yeah, well, I mean, we
so
can change it too.
if he's not interested, I'm just like I kind of want to still keep that. Like I wouldn't want to rebrand it. If we had to drop and the from the middle, like
Yeah,
that's not a big deal.
we can just call it Pineapple Boom, something like that. That'd be
Yeah.
easy. And then
Yeah.
and what I see foreseeable, something that we might want to attempt to do is, and I see this with some channels, what they'll do is they'll set up a channel, but they'll have a bunch of people who are actually the content creators who stream into the same channel,
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
obviously life gets in the way, and you might not be able to keep
Hmm.
a schedule as much as you want to. But if you're able to have, I don't know if you saw them, but there was a streaming community called the Stream House, and basically all they
Hmm.
did was they go out, they found a bunch of people who kind of lived in the same house, and they stream, and it was one of those things
Hmm.
where they were like 24/7 churning out content because somebody was streaming
That's
all the
cool.
time. So,
Hmm.
but they were streaming under the Stream House, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I actually really like that idea, and I saw there was a setting in Twitch about that, like giving up the stream keys or something, or generating new keys for other people to stream on my channel. And I
Yep.
was like, oh yeah, I'm like I love that idea. Like, if Duke if he got more into wanting to stream, then I'd be like, yeah, I'll what I would probably do is create the boom as a separate thing, and we just both of us would just stream to this channel, and then when we're playing together, then we play together. But um, I don't see him doing that, but I'm like I would love to have a group of people that we all contribute to one channel, because that seems way more powerful to me than trying to get one each person individually um, affiliate, and then I don't know, but yeah, and I really like that idea a lot.
Yeah, and one of those things that one of the biggest hurdles for a lot of streamers starting out is the ability to churn out consistent content
Hmm.
and if you are maybe teaming up with two or three other streamers, then you're going to school and you're doing all that stuff, or you have a job, you can't you may not be able to stream 3 times a week or 4 times a week, and you need to be able to do
Yeah.
that in order to get affiliate. Well,
Yeah.
that could also be a kind of pivot and a different a differentiation that we can set up for our
Mm.
community as
Yeah.
well. And
Yeah. If we had 5 people or 4 people that could commit to 1 day a week, and it's like, okay, hey, you have Mondays, you have Tuesdays, whatever it is,
yeah,
or even multiple times a day if they want, but have like set times for certain individuals, and if they want to stream more, that's fine. But it's like at least on Mondays, so and so is going to stream, in the evening, um, or something like that. Like that makes a whole lot of sense.
yeah. For like,
So,
I use ZBrush when I do my 3D artwork and stuff like that, and
hmm
Pixelogic, which is the makers of it, they have a stream channel, and all it is they have artists that apply to be that they have contacted or have applied to be official ZBrush streamers, and they just stream on the Pixelogic site. Some of them are streamers as well, but there are a few of those artists who are really really great artists, and they've never streamed before until they did it for Pixelogic. So
hmm
and for Pixelogic, the way they see it is they're getting their tool out in
yeah.
front of eyeballs of other people. So it's a win-win for them.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll let you go. But yeah, those were some ideas, and I just want to make sure, like, when we're done with each one, oh, the freaking thing just spit at me. When we're done, that well, I threw an egg at him, so it was fair. Just kind of like set like the goals for the next time, and we'll probably stream again, I guess Friday evenings or something that you're able to do, or
Yeah,
um,
yeah. I mean,
okay.
what I'll do
And
is
if we
if
can do it
I'm
more, we can do it more. I just wanted to make sure we had at least a day where it's like, hey, Friday evening from this time to this time, like we're working on this project and kind of moving it forward. So,
yeah, yeah. I mean, most of the time I'm in front of the computer anyway. So if you jump on or something
yeah.
like that, and I don't have anything pressing that I'm working on, I'll jump on and we could
Okay.
banter, chit chat, and stuff like that. So,
Cool.
all right, cool. I will
Sounds
talk
good.
to you later then.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
Wow. Huh? Let's check on the computer. Oh, we can play through the stream with a 4-second delay. That's impossible. See if we can look at the chicken. The delay is so long. Creative Cloud desktop failed. Why you fail? Why you fail though? Let's make some doors up in this. I don't have enough wood. We get wood up in this. More fences. Oh, I do. Wait, I did. Finish fence in this area. I'm gonna come out. Am I out of wood? Let's put this away. This away. This away. This way. This way.